Whoa, hello everyone. We are actually back. Wow, this actually looks... Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Factional Fight Plays Wurm Online. My name's Brian, that's my brother Adam. It's been a little while, but today we thought we'd do something a little bit different. And we are going to play the new released Wurm Unlimited. So Wurm Unlimited just released how many days ago? A few days, maybe 3 days ago. And we wanted to check it out just a little bit. We know that the last video, which I thought was right when Wurm Unlimited was announced, right? It's over a month ago. And yes, I love Adam's new beard. There you go. So it's been about a month. So, sorry, excuse me. I have a little cough. It's been about a month, and we took a little break because and as some people know, I released a Wurm Online trailer a long time ago, and I was asked to sort of brush it up and release it again for Wurm Unlimited. So you can check my trailer out on the Steam Wurm Unlimited page. But for now, let's see what we're going to do. Adam has created a Factional Fight server. And after lots of trouble, he got it online and I was able to join it. So one thing that we learned, so we didn't know much about Wurm Unlimited when they first announced it, but what's been funny is that when Steam finally got released on Steam, and we had all these new players kind of jumping in, seeing the game for the first time, and they're like, okay, I really want to go and learn about this game. They jump on YouTube and they look up Wurm Unlimited and they see our last video called Wurm Unlimited, like question mark,
yeah.
which was a video specifically about how the Wurm Online community, it was a podcast video essentially about how Wurm Online, the community, is taking how they were taking in the information or the announcement of Wurm Unlimited.
This was like just after Wurm Unlimited was announced. It was like in its infant stage, and we sort of were just giving our gut reaction to it. And I think that a lot of people took it to be the Wurm Unlimited, I guess, our take on Wurm Unlimited in general, and it wasn't quite that.
In the end, I think after that video, after our sort of video podcast, our take was that Wurm Unlimited would be good for the game, but that we ourselves would be sticking with Wurm Online. Right? That's basically it.
Yep.
After our whole debate. But what do? We're going to jump into Wurm Online since Wurm Unlimited, because since then we realized this would be a perfect tool for our videos.
Right.
We could show the game a little bit more. So this video itself will be more about Wurm Unlimited, the actual gameplay. Mm-hmm. And we thought we would just go off the cuff and just talk about it. You guys in the chat, which I assume most of you guys are playing Wurm Online, you can jump in and follow us along as we go on this newbie adventure. We literally just spawned in to Adam's server. We called it Factional Fight. And we're going to try to be newbies again. You think we should start?
Your UI looks kind of terrible in terms of how it's set up.
Yeah, I don't normally set this up.
Why don't we start by sort of demonstrating how you would organize your UI?
Whatever, let me just do it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I normally don't like the select bar. I don't use it. I don't use... What else is here? The menu bar I don't use. Alright, I can start there. I usually make this smaller. I wish I could make this smaller. It's way too big for me. Sometimes I hide it. I don't really like it. So, but I'll just put it over here for the video. This I like to turn on. All of these. Sleep bonus. I want to see sleep bonus. I want to see how fast I'm going. I want to see my name and the frames per second. I'll put it there. I like to make this smaller. All right. There we go. Maybe I'll put that here. Something like that. I debate whether to make this smaller or larger. Like, I like the fact that it's tiny there, but I think it's too small for me. And then when I toggle the size, it's too large for me. I need something in between these two sizes. So we're just gonna play. If anybody has any questions in the chat, let us know. We're gonna be trying to do less tutorial, more gameplay.
Yep. We're just gonna wing it, play it by ear. I set up a list of things that we need to do. First things first, and that is go find a place. Find a place to set up.
So we were looking at the map.
Yeah, we sort of figured out where we were. I did sort of a random spawn-in thing. I don't know. We kind of had to
here somewhere
figure out where we are, and I don't know if you have. Yeah, I think we're gonna head southeast and try to get to this little.
He wants to sort of get here.
Cove. Yeah.
But let's see. We'll see what it looks like. Let's go. Which way are we?
Let's go. So let's go.
The compass takes 15 seconds. Do you know which way we're going?
Pretty sure we're gonna go this way. If you can see where I am.
Yeah.
Okay. We should go. I want to kind of go mostly by land. We could try to go by shore, but I'm afraid that how sometimes the shore becomes like a cliff, and then you have to swim around. I don't like having to deal with that.
But if we encounter, let's say, a spider or something, even though we got the newbie buffs, so it looks like for the first 23 hours we won't need as much food. We won't need. So we'll have the newbie healing, which is good, and decreased creature aggression range. But even so, if you walk over a spider, it's gonna try to kick your butt.
True. This looks pretty steep. I don't know.
This is really steep.
We'll go up
what
the
do I
hill.
See down there? I see a mountain lion, which I am currently afraid of with these new characters.
You following me?
Yeah, I'm. Look behind you. I've read a lot of the Steam reviews for Wurm Unlimited, and yes, after playing it, it's basically Wurm Online that you play sort of alone on your own server, or you can fiddle with your ports and get it online like Adam did.
And the fiddling with the ports is a little bit annoying. Took me a while to figure it out.
For people that are not used to it, it takes a while. Yeah. But I mean, you're not a tech savvy person, and you still manage to figure it out.
No. I'll be honest, I don't even know what I'm doing when I'm opening those ports.
You just followed the tutorial on the forums. Did I completely
follow the
lose
tutorial.
You?
Yeah, and I needed you to help me.
Where did you go?
My hope is that at some point or another there'll be a tutorial written specifically about opening ports. I had to look one up. What did you lose me? Sorry.
Yeah, completely.
I turned a little bit left.
Left would be
towards the water.
I see you now. There you are.
Stop.
I went right. That's why.
I see. I don't see you. Oh.
Just keep walking. I got you now.
I mean, okay.
So yeah, there's been a lot of reviews. I'm surprised over the last few days. At least 180 something the last time I looked for positive reviews, which is quite a lot. I didn't think that it would be that fast. I've seen a lot of good reviews and bad reviews, but the gist of it all, if I'm not mistaken, is that this game doesn't have great combat. You don't play this game for the combat.
Right.
Play this game, and this game takes a while to get into. Don't think that you're going to get into it right away. I saw a comment saying that the guy didn't want to play the game because it took him 10 minutes to kill a horse. And that was justification for a refund. I guess so. Especially if you're playing the game for the combat, like oh my god, there's a horse, and there is
a horse
and another deer. One's a male, one's a female. I like how the deer they really like to run away from you. Do you want the horse? It's a young horse.
You can take the horse because you're the one following
I'm gonna
me.
take the horse.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what I did was I have a rope.
Yeah, we spawned in with a newbie rope.
For people that don't know that are watching this video, basically, in order to use something, you have to activate it. When I first started this game, I thought that you had to actually equip it. So I was like, I want to use the rope. I've got to drag it over here and equip it. And there's a lot of things you can equip. I don't know if the rope's one of them. But like a rake. I can hold a rake. But you don't have to hold it in order to use it. I just put my sword there. You have to activate it, which is essentially double-clicking it. Or the other option is to put it on your tool belt and just using your hop bar as the number keys. Anyway.
Okay, so let's get on that horse.
Lead, ride it. Let's go.
Another thing we should be looking for along the way is clay.
Yeah, and one thing that we noticed, there's a few differences for people that play Wurm Online and want to know the differences between Wurm Online and Wurm Unlimited. The default. Can you go through maybe the default settings?
So the defaults. When you start a server. Yeah, the defaults are quite a bit quicker. The gameplay is a lot faster in Wurm Unlimited.
So he's saying, well, let's say you started a brand new server and you just wanted to choose the default vanilla Wurm Unlimited.
Wurm Unlimited. Yeah.
And you just press create.
Yeah. It's quite a bit faster in terms of your action timers, in terms of skilling. You can start by riding a horse like you just saw there. I even lowered the values of the starting and still ride a horse.
Yeah, mind logic and body control, all that stuff starts at 25.
Yeah, 25. So if you are planning to switch over to Wurm Online for the first time, you will find that things like riding a horse and riding boats and stuff are not by default. You can't do that to start. You have to work your way up.
Yeah.
Oh, we've hit marsh.
And it's getting
This is the sort of thing I wanted to avoid, and whether or not you're going to be able to bring that horse along.
I can bring the horse along. Yeah. Even if I have to get off of it.
Mm-hmm. Here's where we're going to swim a little bit.
Another thing that I found is that you... Sorry. Another thing that I found is that every single action will give you skill points no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case in Wurm Online. But in this game, Wurm Unlimited, you just chop a tree. Every single chop, you're getting skill.
I've also heard a rumor that skill gain is not dependent on action timer. Meaning, like in Wurm Online, you'll get more skill if the action timer is longer. But here, you get the same amount of skill, whether it's a short action or a long action.
Yeah, so there are quite a few differences with the server. Now, is this a new server? This is a server that Adam has just created for this video.
A brand new server, just spawned it. This is the default creative mode server. I think it's like Okra or whatever. Okria.
Yeah, it's on this map. Let's see. Okria. Something like that.
Hmm. So it's completely blank, fresh, and we're the only ones on it. Yeah, so not a so it's verified in the chat here, not a rumor. Okay, so we're getting closer to where I was kind of interested in heading.
What are you thinking?
I'm pretty sure it's just over that. Oh, that ridge. We keep going around this cove or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's like straight south from here. I still don't see clay. There's no clay here, which is something that we're gonna need.
Okay, I'll just follow you.
Yeah, there's two main things that I'm looking for. One is clay, and the other is what do you call it? An open rock face.
Okay.
I'm thinking about going directly south from here.
Directly
And my
south from here. Okay.
hope is that we're going to hit a rock face and there's another shore. So I think this way is south, right?
Yeah. And as long as I follow this square, I should be okay.
Mm-hmm. You see a horse, snag
I
it
would
from me.
love to get another horse for you,
Mm-hmm.
so we could quicken this process.
This server is
have to
pretty
have
small in comparison to, I think it's like a deli-sized server.
a
I'm not
deliverance size server.
mistaken.
So what does that mean?
I think
There's a
it's
kilometer base, right?
I think it's like if we do it by tiles, I think it's 2,048 tiles
Okay.
squared.
As
Like
opposed to, let's say, an Indie or Xanadu based map would be what?
Indie would be 4,000 by 4,000 or something like
Yeah.
that, and Xanadu would be 8,000 by 8,000.
Lots of maple trees.
Yeah, that's good. Maple tree forest right here.
Yeah, I like that.
So I'm feeling like just over this next hill, I am hoping, will be water.
Yeah. You really need to spawn more animals.
I think that you set the maximum amount of animals, and then the service starts like with a smaller than that amount, and it sort of
Yeah.
breeds them or spawns
So
them.
question, do you
over
have to
time.
have the game open and running to have people join your server? Wow, that's an age slow black bear.
Good question. I believe the answer is yes.
I don't think so.
You
There's
need to
two
have
things here. Okay,
server.
okay, but do you have to have the game open?
Oh, I
No.
see the game open. Oh, no.
There's two programs. There's the actual server program, and then there's the game.
Mhm.
And you can actually just open up the server and let that run.
Wait,
And that's it.
I'll go that way. We're gonna go right over here. Right over this
Alright,
ridge here
see
behind you. Yeah. Yeah. So there's two things that you're running. One is the server program, and one is the actual client, the game. So the server is separate, and you can run it separately from your. So you need to have the server open, not the game.
Ah, we found clay. This is
Perfect.
perfect. And there's some rock face over there. So we don't have to.
Yeah.
It's not the best land, I must say.
Yeah. We don't have to settle right here. That's for sure. We can move over a
But
bit.
we could raise all of this out of the water, and then that's where we build.
It's not like we don't have enough free
A
land
seal
though.
is over there.
Usually you do that sort of thing when you're sort of running out of land to build on, but
The map. Here is the map. Okria. Where are we on the map? We're like right here. Why are we right there? For no particular reason at all.
yeah. No particular reason.
So I don't know. It's The way that it works is that instead of starter towns like in Wurm Online, they have these sort of, what would you call them?
Starter spawn points.
Starter spawn points. There's 5, I see. Westlake, the Meadow, Central Lakes, Soul Fall East Beach, and Northern Shores.
Look what
One
I
thing
found.
I like about this map is lots of little lakes. Lots of little, which means that the land itself is probably lower and more near water level, which would make it a lot easier for you to dig down to water and make your own little pond.
Yeah. I think I found it. Found where we want to settle.
Where do we want to settle?
Where are you?
Are you near the water?
Yeah, you were right behind me just a second ago.
Oh, sorry. I was showing Bang the Fish the map. What do you want?
I see. Yeah.
Okay. So see, it's getting more level, like and clay. That's what you.
More level and clay, and
the only thing we don't have is rock face.
Little watering hole. I'm pretty sure that
we would have to open one up.
Take a look at the map. We might have to open one up. That's okay.
But we're sort of near. One thing that's bad being near the water is that the mine will be too close to the water.
Yeah, we got to go away from the water for a little bit and open a mine that way. That's okay. I like this spot back here. Yeah, where you are.
Okay.
It's quite a bit more level.
So we want to survive.
Yeah.
What should we do first?
I think we should dig some of this clay and get some water containers.
Okay.
I feel as though
let me open up my inventory and get my shovel.
We won't be able to dig this clay because it'll be too slanted.
I mean, we have to. Yeah. Let's see.
8. I'm gonna have to put in some keybinds.
You're not skilled enough. Alright, let's actually show you. If you right click with the shovel activated, dig. You're not skilled enough. I did a keybind, so you don't actually have to right click anything for people that are new to this game. Let's see. We would... There's a new skill window. I can't really show it, so I'm going to just show it through this Wurm console. If you press F1, you get this window. And I would normally bind Z, dig. Is that how you do it? Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I bound Z or Z. So now I just press Z. The dirt. So let's see how skill gain is in this. So what did Adam... What did you... Oh, what was that? I have a... So heavy, I become encumbered. When you carry too much, you get encumbered and you start walking slowly. That is true. Thank you. Notification.
So right now, I am digging and dropping. Just like you are, probably.
What did you set the skill... leveling at?
I don't recall, but I think I bumped it just a little bit up from the default setting. I think the default setting is like 3, or I don't even know what the number is. Don't even think it matters. I just sort of like added a couple. The first time I logged into Wurm Unlimited, I raised all of the numbers up really high, and I felt that was kind of ridiculous. So I kind of tried it for a balance. We want these videos to go a little bit quickly, to just sort of show what we're doing, but have it not take an hour to get our skill up to where we can actually dig. But at the same time, we don't want it to go too fast.
Yeah, it was getting kind of ridiculous at first. We were chopping down trees like they were nothing. No action timer at all. It was just like, it just
did
it.
it was like chop, 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 chop. The tree fell. Chop, 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 chop. The tree was done, and like it's like no timers whatsoever.
As much as some people might not like the timers, that was a little ridiculous. And
Yeah.
something. There's two things that I noticed when we were doing this. Even though, let's say your action timer was fast, let's say you start the game and you have a 2.5 second action timer. Well, then the second your stamina actually drains quite a bit after the first action, and then your second action that you've queued takes 4.5 seconds, and then the next one's like a lot higher. When you actually get your skill up, like on our regular characters, you have your skill up on something like mining. You can mine 6, 7 times, 10 times, all at about 2.5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's our goal here?
So our first goal is to get a couple of pottery jars,
Pottery jars, okay. I can
personal
definitely do
water
that.
containers. So I'm going to attempt to start a fire. And in the meantime, I'm still trying to get my binds all
Okay,
set
let's
up.
see if I have enough here. I do. So digging some clay. How do I do this again? Hands. I have to activate my hand. So I'll just
Right.
put my hand there. Create. I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. You want a jar or a flask? A jar, right?
I think it's a jar, yeah.
I got one. Let's see if I can get another one. Alright.
I'm going to try to make a campfire right behind you.
Making a campfire.
There we go, and I'll fuel it.
Dump the jars. Oh, theft warning. I understand if I drop something on the ground. Somebody else can take it. Okay, so we're waiting for these to get hot. How is the campfire? The fire burns steadily and will still burn for a long time. So we're good to go. There.
What did you make? 2?
2 clay jars, the dots appearing, it's very warm, so we just wait for them to, what would you call it? Get
Harden.
hot and harden. So we can actually use it. How much clay do we need? Do we have to build anything else?
We might need a forge later, but we can get more clay later if we need.
I forget about that. What do we actually have to do?
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
chop some trees, as you tell me.
sure. One thing that we're gonna for sure need is iron. So I think that should be our main goal to
To
start.
find iron
because-
or to just use iron rock?
Well,
Or
we
what do you
could
call it? Rock iron.
we could use the rock iron, but that would require us to find significant open rock face. Now, I guess there is some. If you look to the east, and a little bit south,
Yeah.
we can maybe go over there and try to find some of there. That, and we can prospect while we're over there to see if we can see any iron as well.
I'd like to get my wood chopping up. What is that? Wood cutting's at 5. I'd like to get that up a little bit. So we can at least get some, decent wood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are the goals laid out? You haven't told me, actually.
I found my affinity.
You found your affinity already?
It is pottery.
Let's see if I expand all. Do I have a little star next to any of my skills? I do not.
Yeah,
That's
it looks like
unfortunate.
you uncover it like we did in the old days.
Okay, so
Okay, so it's up to you. You can come with me, or you can keep
I'll
chopping.
come with you.
Okay.
Alright, so we got some wood. That wood won't last very long. It will rot down there. So you want to go to that rock face.
Yeah, to that rock face. I mean, it's the only visible rock face in the vicinity. Like, I see some pretty far off. I don't want to go too far to find rock.
Okay. You won't lose that area because fire's going. Chop some trees down.
Now, I noticed you have your GLSL shaders off.
I did turn them off. Yeah. I could probably turn them back on, but you know, it's a smoother stream.
Yeah. I mean, it just makes the water not look all that nice.
Yeah, when they link the water with GLSL shaders.
Yeah.
That's okay. You can always turn them back on.
Now, my concern over here is that
Question
we
is, can I
can't
turn them on in the game.
we can't stand here. I wonder, does rummage take stamina?
I
do?
believe so.
Yeah. So I don't see us being able to cart all that much. Okay, I got rock shards.
There's like no way to actually. Let me see. Shovel. I cannot dig. Of course I can't dig in this steep. Is there a rock face that we can uncover?
What do you mean by uncover?
And like actually get to? Because it just seems like all the rock faces are in spots that we can't actually stand next to.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm rummaging. I'm just
Really
hoping to get a
bad.
little bit of iron, but I'm getting rock shards instead.
Maybe it's better to just dig our own mine
Yeah.
opening.
Okay, well, it'll give us some... You want to maybe prospect here to see
If there's actually anything here.
if there's iron here, as
Okay.
opposed to spending the time...
Where is it? Prospect. Wow, 9 seconds.
There is iron.
I don't really want to prospect that much. Fine.
Did you get iron over there?
Yeah.
There is... Can I stand here? Not really.
Yeah, another thing we can do, and this would be more of a long-term project, and thank you for the idea, we can drop a bunch of dirt here. It looks like it would take a while.
I'm gonna see if I can flatten this land here,
Steep,
and maybe
7.
it'll...
It's deeper.
No.
We did something.
Yeah, this here is kind of annoying, the terrain here.
Let's look at shovel. Is flattening doing anything?
I was hoping to get like a couple pieces of iron and get lucky here.
It did not work. I would probably just suggest going behind our deed before my stamina runs out.
Uh-oh.
Come on. Why is it going down? There it goes. Why don't we just go back in our deed?
Yeah, okay. Calling it our deed.
Do we need iron right this second? Like, what are the goals? You haven't told me.
Right, so we need to get a bulk storage bin. We need to get an enclosure, food storage bin. We need to build a small little house and get ourselves set up.
So the first step would be digging.
But I think to build any of those items, we need nails. Like,
We need nails.
for a fence, for... we could build a rock wall.
Just start digging.
Yeah, I think we should just start digging. So our first goal is really to get a mine going.
Alright, let's do that.
Okay, so I would
What do
suggest
you
to move away from the water. I want to start it near the water level.
Alright, let's just go to here. Somewhere here.
Where are you? I don't even see you.
Okay,
Back by our campfire.
Yeah, I went into the land.
Yeah, I'm coming into the land now. I'm just trying to meet up with you
Okay.
somewhere.
So I'll start chopping the trees so you can see me.
I see you. Yeah,
So what do you think of this area?
yeah, this is good. This is good.
And hey, urban. I don't know. I'm thinking, can we dig here? Yeah.
Yeah, we can dig here. Just clear the trees here and just start digging.
I think we're doing. Alright, I wonder how deep the dirt is here.
Right.
So that would suck if it was pretty far.
Yeah, it would suck if it went down to the water before, you know, before we hit rock. Anybody know offhand how deep the dirt layer is on this server? Anybody's played around with it?
We'll give it a shot. Let's dig this tile down.
Okay.
And we'll just see how far it goes. Is it actually getting dark?
I am not skilled enough.
What's the time in the game?
Are you doing this tile or the one above it?
Yeah, the one that we're both on, facing each other.
Okay.
So you grab the game and you're killed online in a minute of joining a server. That does sound like Wurm Online. Sounds a little... They must have made the spawn pretty high, yeah. The first thing you don't want to do is face... I'm not skilled enough to dig.
Right. Digging went to 6 and 20 is too high.
So we have to just
Boy.
keep digging and hope our skill...
Our skill sort of like keeps up.
Yeah.
I'm not skilled enough. I'm gonna...
Yeah, especially in a game about survival, there's literally nothing that you can kill in this game except for maybe... Actually, that's not true. You could probably kill a pig. You can kill chickens and stuff. The only aggressive mob that you can kill would be maybe a wildcat.
Wildcat, yeah.
Those are
Gonna have to move
really
over.
small. Yeah, the first skill you gotta learn in this game is how to avoid mobs.
Mm-hmm.
And once you master that skill, then you're able to wander around. I mean, but the good thing about Wurm Unlimited is that you're not bound by the rules of Wurm Online. Whereas in Wurm Online, you have no choice but to learn how to survive. Wurm Unlimited, you can just join a server that has less mobs. Or join a server that has barely any.
Or where you start with high fight skill.
Yeah, that's true. Or create your own server. Create a server that has whatever you want. Now, one thing that was a little misleading, that some people thought was a little misleading, was that you can't play this game offline. It seemed like you could, but there was no actual way to do that.
One thing that I see a problem with what we're doing here is that we're making this slope steeper and steeper and steeper.
Yeah.
And then we won't be able to dig it because our skill is not good enough.
Well, that's why we're gaining skill while we do this.
But I think the slope will get steeper faster than our skill. You know what I'm trying to say?
We're at 10.
We could try to level.
We can dig up to what times are...
And one option is to dig this one down to the rock and then go back one tile and dig that next one down to the rock.
Okay.
But I'm already like maxed out. I can't dig
Is
here.
it 3 times our skill?
3 times our skill.
3 times our skill. So if I have 10.5, so I can dig 31 and a half, something like that. We needed dirt.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hope that there's iron around here. Anyway, what I was saying is that you can't actually play Wurm Online or Wurm Unlimited offline. Which seemed to be what some people were hoping for. It's true and it's not true at the same time. You can't play offline, but you can play by yourself without having anybody being able to join you.
Right.
And what that means is that you have to be online connected to Steam in order to play this game.
The way that it works is that it sets up a server on the Steam network, I guess.
But not on the actual Steam network at first.
Right. Right. It's on it. Yeah. Kind of strange how it works, but I guess that's the way it is.
To make a server private, I think you just set a password. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. You set a password.
I don't know if there's a private server setting.
I don't think so. I think it's just put a password, and that's it.
Wow, this just keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so eventually we'll find a mine, I hope. Did you change? Because I noticed one of the settings in the server is that you can change how many actions you need to open up a mine.
I didn't notice that setting.
Or to chip away at the mine door. So instead of using, I think the default is 50 or 51.
Yeah.
You can
I don't
lower
know.
that.
I didn't notice that setting. I didn't
Next time,
change the default.
You should change it to about 30.
Yeah. That wouldn't be so bad.
Then I wonder if there's a setting to change how much iron can be in a vein, or how much resources.
I'm sure that if there isn't a setting, that there will soon be mods that can change those things for us.
So it's definitely confirmed that you can mod this game, like, or they're allowing you to mod certain aspects of it.
It has been confirmed that they're not going to stop you. It's pretty much what they said. I think that the exact words were, they do not have the resources available to track that stuff or to hunt people down.
The one thing that I noted, I think that what they said was that you can't, even though you can mod the game, once you update the game, it erases all of what you modded. Is that still true?
I don't know.
I mean, that was something that they said earlier on.
I'm guessing that they'll try their best to make it not difficult.
Yeah, I don't think that they would not want you to mod. You know, this game's all about creativity. I'm getting pretty deep, aren't I?
Yeah, maybe move over. I moved back because my skill is not nearly as good as yours already.
I realized I started flattening a little bit.
The thing I heard is that clay tiles go down as you dig every so often. Did I hear that right? It's not like on Wurm Online where clay tiles never go down as you dig.
Yeah, so with a little bit of work and, you know, working around, you can make it so Steam or Wurm won't delete your files, your modded server files. That'd be nice. So clay does go down. Is that a more recent update?
Yeah. I think it's just in Wurm Unlimited. Right, in Wurm Online it goes down like 1 every 10,000 actions or something like that. But I think here somebody was saying on the forums that it's like 1 every 10 actions.
Oh wow.
So it goes down.
Can you raise it with dirt?
I think you can. So I wonder what the motivation for changing that is all. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure. Maybe they're using Wurm Unlimited as a little bit of a test bed.
Yep, could be.
It's not a bad idea. That's just a hypothesis. Let's... Wow. What is my digging skill? My digging skill is now at 13.9.
Okay.
And I can definitely say this still feels like Wurm Online.
This feels like Wurm Online as if we were on our characters.
Not quite.
Maybe not quite, but considering we're noobs and the first action is 4.7 seconds. Whereas normally if this was us on Wurm Online as noobs, we'd be like 9 to 12 seconds. Something like that.
That's true.
So what you're saying is maybe on the next stream we will speed it up a little bit?
Yeah, maybe speed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there is a way to lower clay on Wurm Online and we just haven't figured it out yet. What could that involve? I don't know.
You know, on the one hand,
Item.
I like the idea of starting fresh. Like when the new servers opened up for Steam and release, I started a new character over there and just played around. I got to the point where I had a house and a little enclosure and a mine and everything, and but I sort of treated it kind of like a little vacation from the real game.
So you can level clay in Wurm Online with about 70 digging skill.
Right, you can level clay down, but you can't level clay up.
Even with dirt?
Yeah, even with dirt. Like, you can drop dirt to make clay go up, but the problem is the dirt will slide at 40 slope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're trying to make something next to the water by dropping dirt onto clay, it's like you have to have that 40 slope. You can't make it steeper than that.
It's still a little bit of a headache. How about flattening? Flattening work at all?
No. Yeah, I poured like thousands of dirt into our water by our place just to get the clay, because there's clay right on the water and I wanted to make it flat. I had to pour thousands of dirt into the water.
But you finally did it, didn't you?
Seemed kind of like a waste, but
thousands of dirt to level it. How many tiles was it steep?
I don't know. It might have been like 20.
There we go. 20. So you used
And it was
thousands
like a few
of dirt.
And there was a few tiles there, like a few. Yeah, and I was just like unloading crates of this stuff, and it just kept sliding down, and I had to basically raise the entire water's floor before it would start actually raising the clay.
What are your plans for this place?
I have no plans. I mean,
what are our plans for this place? You said basically building a mine.
Mm-hmm.
Building a little house for us.
Building a little house. I figure
surviving.
We just have some fun, I guess. I mean,
maybe next time we open up the server.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
I don't know. If anybody wants to join us next time, come on over.
I'm partially thinking of just leaving the server running. I've heard that servers take very little resources from your computer.
Very little resources for the computer.
I mean, a server like this, I don't think will go over 1 gig of RAM.
We filled this pile. I don't know. We'll see if anybody actually is interested in just joining us for the streams.
Mm-hmm.
Did I just have that one open? Yeah, it's this one.
We've gotten to the point where the side.
I think that this would be filling up.
Yeah,
70, 80 tiles of dirt. Or 80 dirt in one pile.
Gotten to the point where the side is too steep to dig. I don't know about you. Although I am approaching.
Okay. I'm at 15.8. And a wolf is on me.
Okay, let's see.
We stop everything.
We did get some. Word. I did start us off with 10 fight skill.
Am I holding my 10 fight skill? I'm not sure that's enough to kill a wolf. I have my sword. Why is the sword 5 gold?
Huh. It is strange.
Shield bash. We've hit the wolf this much. It is very healthy.
Yeah.
Let's hit it when it's left.
It's on me, I think, so we may have to do a little run around.
Hey, Hit it on its left.
And it's on its left? Okay. I am
Shield
currently
dash.
attacking the left. Shield dash is like
Doing
quite useless, if I must say so myself. We can try focusing.
Focusing, let's do that. I fail to reach a higher degree of focus.
Now, defensive fighting and aggressive fighting is going up for some reason. Why is that? Are you on
That is
defensive?
interesting. I am on defensive.
Okay, maybe you should go to.
Normal or
Actually, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna back up a little bit
I'm
here.
going to normal? Oh wow, he just kicked my butt there. I don't think this is going to work.
Yeah, my feeling is we should run him away. Let's do some
Alright, let's do this.
crazy running.
Oh, it's saying you are low on health. Well, thank you, notification.
Are you low on health?
Not really.
I didn't get that notification.
Here it comes. I'm going to the water. Can wolves swim? I can't remember
Nah.
now.
Nah, wolves can't swim. Whoa. Ah, I just walked through a thorn bush.
I think it's gone. I don't think
Okay.
it's going to follow us. Yeah, it stopped following us. As long as it doesn't come over here. You see it?
Don't see it.
Like hiding in the brush. Oh, it's coming towards us.
See it. If you bring it right to the water,
Great.
what is cotton? Is cotton foraging or botanizing? Yeah, so Torgan Drake says, I believe that some hosting sites are offering Wurm Unlimited servers at this point. I did see one. I actually looked at them. Seemed a little steep though. Like they wanted for 1 gigabyte. So a 1 gigabyte server was, I think, $8 a month, which isn't that bad. But if you think about it, 1 gigabyte is not really going to host much of a server. You know what I mean? Like it'll be server for yourself and maybe a friend or two. The small.
Yeah.
And then anything above that, it's going to cost like double that or triple that. You know, so like you're looking at maybe $20 a month.
Wow.
And at that price, I mean, I don't know. I think I'll be sticking with Wurm Online. That's my,
That'd be our main game.
yeah.
Yeah, it would just be if anybody wanted to join us for these streams.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll do a few more streams like this, at least, and see how it goes.
At least we're going to get to the point, definitely, that we have a little house that we're self-sufficient and that we're ready to, I don't know, do some farming and do, oh god, it's on me. Go. Yeah, you go that way. Goodbye. Alright, it's going
trying to
away.
Trying to make a healing cover here.
It's sort of turning back.
Wonder how it's getting
water.
on us with the newbie buff. Like, we literally have to be on top of it.
Yeah, that's okay. Anyway, I want to at least get to rock, because I am really curious to know how deep the dirt is here. It almost feels like we made this giant hole.
Me
and
too.
It's still going. This giant hole.
Failed to make
That's
another
really
healing
dark.
cover.
Alright, let me just keep going here. Yeah, I failed. But I figure we have our newbie healing right now. Still for another 22 hours. So we're set.
Is it we do get healing? Newbie
do.
health, increase healing. Okay. So my hope is I get a healing tick soon, because I'm at 20, 33%
Uh-oh.
health.
That wolf.
I was doing fine. I was at like 70 some odd, and then I was walking backwards, and I walked right into that thorn bush.
Oh. You
Which
walked
I'm
into a thorn bush.
gonna cut down.
Get rid of that. Let me see if I can make... No, can't combine two mushrooms together.
You can. You should be able to. Oh, it's not any two mushrooms. It's specific mushrooms.
I don't have anything. You can try it if you want.
Hmm?
Oh, you cannot dig solid rock, so we almost did it. Oops, I already have that one. I finally made it to rock.
Okay, nice. On one corner.
It's approximately 45 slope here. Oh, I made it to 15 digging so I can see the slope border without having to double click it
Okay.
and read. The slope is 45 dirt steep towards you. It's like towards you. Does that mean it's going away from me or toward? I guess it's towards me.
Which one are we gonna make rock? This one over here, like this one that we're
I
on?
don't know. I guess so. We just need some digging skill.
Yeah, I can't dig this.
So why don't you dig the other one?
So,
So I got rock this side. So we'll dig this one
yeah.
just to gain skill or to see whether it's actually good or not. Too far away.
I severely need a healing tick.
You are bleeding. Oh my god. Let's look at your...
Wonder if I can use my tent. I
look
can
at
use
all
my
these.
tent.
You have holes in your body.
I'm going to use my tent.
Your what? Your tent? Whoa. What is your tent?
I don't need a tent. You know what, to be honest, I still am not 100% clear on the use of a tent. I haven't quite seen the benefit, and except for
Yeah.
if you are a new player and want to protect your stuff before you've actually gotten to the point where you built an enclosure.
I see.
I also feel like you can hitch your horse to it. I think.
So what did you just do with your tent?
I used it to bandage one of my wounds.
You can use a tent to bandage your wound. So it's
Yeah.
one-time use and then it's gone?
It seemed like it was one. Yeah. I thought I was going to get 5 out of it because it was 0.5 weight.
Wow. Wow, you can take your tent, and instead of using it, you bandage your wound.
Yeah, you can do this with any cloth as well.
That's pretty cool. How about like a flag?
Yep, I'm pretty sure. As long as it's not like attached to a pole, like if it's just a
flag, banner. What else? Can you just use like cloth glove?
Yep. Cloth gloves should work.
Wow. How did I not know this?
You did not know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Like anything that's made of cloth, like, you know, where on the it'll say the name of the item and then comma cloth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can use anything like that.
How is your digging skill? Is it
15. It just got to 15.
okay? So if I'm at 17, let's do the math. 17 times 3.
You asked me to do math.
You're a math teacher.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can do 17 times 3.
51.
30, 40. Is it 51? 51. Okay. So I should be able to do the steep over there now. There you go. Thank you very much. 51. We figured it out. Alright, so I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to see if I can... I think we dig this one to rock. Yeah, we dig this point to rock. So, let's go to this one. We're at 40, so I think we must be really close.
Wow, the newbie healing really healed me right up. Maybe I was a little preemptive with using my tent.
Okay. But it's gone, right? I'm pretty much healed. How about you?
I have like a little tiny...
I noticed when you use your tent, your health went from bleeding to like...
wounded.
Wounded, which is quite a big difference.
I chose my worst wound, and then I...
Oh yeah, there's the main point of a tent. It creates a spawn point for you. There you go.
Ah.
You have ruined the game.
Let's see.
Just don't die. That's all.
Just don't die. Yeah.
Simple as that.
Well, I think we would spawn at the nearest. Like we could choose to spawn at one of the spawn points.
Which we are not close to any of them, or are we?
No, we're close to one. We're pretty close to one.
Oh,
like less of a walk
close
than
to
what we
West
did
Lake.
at the beginning of the episode.
Okay, so Westlake, you're fine. Oh,
yeah.
We're almost opened. I hope to God that there's going to be iron near this opening. There's one chance. One chance here. I got 3 points. How steep was this side? This side was too far away. 48. This side is 20. Oh, I still got a little ways to go. Alright, so let's see. What do you got there? Alright, let me do something.
How's it going?
I think we just have to dig here. Can you?
I cannot.
Oh wow, I am not skilled enough.
Okay,
We're
so
blocked by not being skilled enough.
56 slope up there.
So what do we need?
We need to go up to the top and dig it down, but the problem is I won't be skilled enough to dig that up there.
Okay, let's see what we can do.
So you might need to drop a couple or 1 or 2 down there. I haven't even gotten to 17 yet, so it gets pretty steep up here. These are 20. slope already to like naturally.
I don't know, maybe I should just gain the skill. What do I need to dig to 60? I need 20. What do I have right now? I have 18. Oh.
Is it 60 that you need to dig?
I don't know, that would give us an extra couple.
Right, but if you come up to the top here and just dig a couple down, I think you should be fine.
Okay, then for that I need... I'm too far away. Let's open up this pile here. For that I need... What, I think it's at 58. So what would that be? Divide 58 by 3. Nothing?
58 divided by 3?
That was actually a question for you.
58 is it?
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be able to do that because that's like, I mean, that's like 19.5 or something like that. Or a little bit less than that. But.
So I should just dig. I should just drop dirt, you're saying?
A couple.
Alright.
I don't think it needs to be that much.
Okay. Let's see if I can waddle my way over here. Come on. 58, 57, 56. Wait, it's not 58. It was 54.
Okay, well then you should be able to dig that now.
Now it's 53. So let me see if I can climb out of this.
Other one's 56.
Where?
Other side.
Oh, but that one's already to rock.
Oh, that one's to rock. I see.
Or was it the other way around? Was it the other way around? It was the other way around.
Bet you can dig it anyway.
Oh, and good evening to you, retrograde worm. That's a cool name. What do we need here? We need maybe this down to 40?
It really depends on how far it is to rock.
How much can you dig? Can you dig up here or can you dig down there?
Dig down here now.
Okay, good.
I'm above 17. Although
above 17, which gives you 51. So I gotta keep digging.
Yeah. We are almost there.
Okay. So after a slight delay, we have figured out how to dig to rock. One tile.
You cannot dig on solid rock, so we need to dig over here.
So I'm done. Here.
Yay!
We opened up a rock tile. Congratulations. Oh, and I get a little... Ouch! I just fell and hurt myself. I just took some falling damage. I am lowers movement speed.
There is iron rock nearby.
There is? We didn't waste our time?
Not waste our time.
Wow, prospecting is taking a lot longer than I remember it.
I know it is.
All right.
Oh wait, I want to
We have no
keybind.
idea where it is. So we need to tunnel. So we need to actually bind tunnel. Let's see.
Bind tunnel.
T? Is T linked to anything? Tunnel.
Nope.
Tunnel in. I remember it being tunnel in.
No, it's mine tunnel.
Mine tunnel.
Mine.
There you go.
Mine underscore tunnel. Yeah.
I knew it was something different than just tunnel. Alright, T. There we go. So 6.9 seconds. So that's, I think mining is one of the longest action timers. Is that right?
Like in general?
Yeah, in general, in Wurm. What would the highest action timer in Wurm Online be when you're a new player? Other than like fishing or something that
Yeah,
naturally long.
I think mining is it's like 20 seconds, right?
Because if you're sitting there saying, okay, chopping a tree is like 3 seconds or not even four.
Here?
Tunneling here, which is much higher, is much lower than the actual mining.
Right,
This is
right. Actual
6.8.
mining takes longer action timers than tunneling.
Does that mean mining is going to be like 10 over 10 seconds?
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if there's a way to just mod mining lower to match the rest of the skills. Like make it the same as digging.
Hmm.
Would that, do you think, pose a problem?
I don't think so. I mean, one of the main reasons why mining is so difficult is because on a server with a lot of people, you don't want to have crazy amounts of mines because mines are really difficult to undo if you make a mistake.
That's true. I guess they didn't add an item for Wurm Unlimited to allow you to
Right.
collapse a mine or something.
It's true.
That'd be
Although
an interesting item.
you could
Or a
spawn
way.
in silver and get a trader and just use the what are they called it? Shaker
Yeah.
orbs?
Although it'd be nice to be able to create an item. Like create some sort of, I don't know, what do you think? Dynamite? Can you create dynamite? That would be nice. Put it in a mine, it'll collapse like a tile radius depending on how high quality the mine is.
Yeah.
Oh, I should really not be targeting this young wolf.
What young wolf?
I was probably still targeting the wolf that was here before,
Oh, okay.
which it also fully healed itself. Alright, so I just want to... So we opened up the rock. So it's been about, what, an hour and 20 minutes.
Mm.
We spawned into your newly created server,
Yep.
which was called Factional Fight. We made our way to a location that we wanted to check out. Location was decent, wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. Good enough to start, and can be shaped to whatever we want. Ooh. So what do we open here? Good direction. Not lucky enough to actually get iron. What is the analyze skill linked to? Is that prospecting?
Prospecting, yeah. Let's see. I think you need 20 prospecting or something.
20 prospecting.
I'm not sure actually. I'd have to
I have
double
that.
check it.
So we're just going blind here,
Yeah.
and hoping for the best for this iron to appear. So we found a place. We dug a mine. Well, we dug to rock one tile so that we can mine, and that's where we are. And we're now going to try to find all of this to find iron, which we will be able to find eventually, so that we can actually start creating things like anything.
Fences.
Everything that you listed, we needed iron. We needed
Yeah.
nails, fences, wagons, a house,
Bulk storage bins.
bulk storage bin. You said food storage bin. All at the same time to just build, our little settlement. How do you want to separate the skills here? I know right now it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter too much.
We'll just do it as we do it. So this is the sort of thing that you would want to do if you're surviving in Wurm. You would want to try to find a better place where you don't have to dig 200, 300 dirt before finding one rock tile. But this is why I always say a lot of people want to build near water. But I think the best place to actually build is next to a mountain. That's
true.
That's the place that I loved. We did that once. We did that with our first ever deed puzzles.
Mm-hmm. Right, we had a really nice setup there.
Yeah, I still would recommend it. I still like that deed almost the best, especially the mine. Like, we knew nothing about mining back then, but we still, if we knew more what we know now, we would have built the best mine there, I think. It would have been so cool.
I think the problem with this default creative server is that there's really not a lot of rock face. If you take a look at the map, it's just there's quite a bit of hills, but most of them are covered in dirt, and there's like the odd occasional
Look at where
hill
we are.
that has rock face.
This whole area, barely any rock face. There's
Mm-hmm.
like this tiny little thing here, which we're at. I think we're right here. This looks like water. This looks like the desert. There's rock right here.
Yeah.
It's way down there. Yeah, there's not that much. Is this rock or desert? I can't. Looks like desert.
And it is interesting, this map. There's a lot of water, as we said, and I could only imagine that if this was used on the official Wurm Online servers, that I feel like it wouldn't take very long for the infrastructure to be built, because there's not really that many options in terms of like where roads can go. There's a lot of narrow areas. It's a very much of a boat friendly server.
Yeah. So I guess you sort of need to be near water, since everywhere is accessible.
Yeah.
But okay, so for next week, we will do a couple things. One, we're going to continue try to show how to build a little settlement. Adam, tweak your settings, see if you can get one. I'd want to see a little more monsters.
Okay.
I'd want to
Really?
see
That one
Yeah.
wolf caused us all those problems, and you want more.
I definitely want more. Two, I want to see more, maybe a little bit quicker action timers.
Okay.
I'd love it if you could single out mining, but I don't think that you can.
Yeah, me neither.
But a little bit quicker. Three, I think the skill gain's okay. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the
What?
skill gain. I mean, it's going up.
So the only other thing would be opening up the server. What do you think about that?
Yeah, we can try that.
So during the game, if you guys have Wurm Unlimited, you can always log in and join us for the stream. Just help us out. Build a little bit yourself near us. I mean, the whole place is wide open,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll have a little fun. So until then, what would you like to say?
Yeah, I was just about to say that all we would need to do is give out our password instead of like opening it up.
Do we find iron?
Nope.
It's all okay. Well, we'll keep doing this, and we'll keep trying to find iron.
Yep.
So look for us next week, right on our own server, the Factional Fight server. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks everyone for joining us. Have a good week, and check out Wurm Unlimited on Steam. Check out my trailer. That was a fun month redoing our trailer. We didn't really talk about it this week, but maybe next week. Anyway, have a good week, everyone. See you guys later.